We have a very special guest joining Trade Center this year, none other than Mark Giordano. Mark, great to have you part of the team. Are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, it's going well. It's going well. I'm enjoying it, all the moving parts. So it's been pretty cool to see the other side of it.
All right. Well, you're a pro at the hockey side of things. You're becoming a seasoned pro at the TV side of things. Obviously, you lived through many trade deadlines yourself as a player. Walk us through what's that vibe like if it's either a practice or a game day skate? What's the atmosphere? What are you feeling?
It depends. It depends on where your team is in the standings. Like I always found, like when you're on a team that's not in playoffs and you're a seller and you have a lot of guys that you might be going out the doors, it could be nerve wracking. You know, guys don't want to move their families sometimes. They get anxious about stuff like that. And then there's other guys who want a fresh start and go to team. So it's a weird atmosphere. It's always sad to see guys go when you're in that situation. But then on the flip side, like when I was on contending teams and you're adding pieces to help you win, that's pretty cool and pretty exciting too, going to the rink. But I always you just want to get the skate and get away from the rink. I always like being away from the rink during, the trade deadline day. The times that we had games on trade deadline, you're obviously at the rink the whole day. So those are the worst ones, I think.
Okay, now this feels gutless to me, but have players ever pranked other guys? It sounds as though they have. Walk us through what's that like. What's going on behind the scenes to pull off something like that? It seems ruthless.
I mean, I've seen all sorts of pranks. We've had coaches involved on the prank. The trainer hands the coach the cell phone and a player skates over and it's all a joke. I thought that was kind of, it was funny, but it's kind of like, wow, that's like playing with guys,
So the coaches and players and trainers, everyone's in on it.
They're in on it.
That's brutal.
The worst one that I've ever seen, I think, is like guys actually got into the other guy's cell phone and changed their contact info to the GM's name and called the guy and acted like he was traded. I mean, that's really played with guys, but I've seen it done.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's next level pranking. So he goes in, hacks into the phone, changes the contact. So we truly thought a GM was calling up. And then did he put on a fake voice or something?
Put on
what was
the
that
fake
call
voice
like?
and act like we just traded you. And I've seen some pretty messed up pranks.
But then you have to tell us what's happening after that. I mean, someone's getting revenge, are they not?
Yeah, you let the guy sweat it out for a little bit and let him think that he's traded, but you can't let it go too far because he's going to start calling his family and all that stuff. But yeah, there's definitely for sure revenge pranks going back the other way.
Yeah, that is gutless. Okay, well, I'm glad that you guys were able to have so many fun times and clearly weren't holding back when it comes to the emotional aspect.
Yeah.
But we do have to tap into that because we're on the TV side of things. We're just calling the X's and O's.
Yeah.
But there's a huge emotional component if you're potentially uprooting your family and changing things. What's that like through a player's perspective?
Yeah, a lot of the time it falls on, the spouse and the family to stay in the city behind, and really the player is gone. A day or two, you got to go to your next city and play. And I mean, it's really on the family to stay around, close up, the house and pack up and get to the next city a few weeks later. So it's tough on families. And I always found it hardest when guys had kids in school and they have to move and, you affect your children that way.
Yeah, that's the side you don't always shed light on, nor do you know about the pranks. But you'll have to fill us in if any pranks happen this year.
Yeah, I will.
We'll be tuned in. All right, we're so glad to have you on the Trade Center broadcast. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.